Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of 100 Yards Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host and producer this afternoon, Logan Landers, and joining me to talk about the big guy coming out of Clemson, Tyler Davis, Vincent Tackle, as always, Mr. Football, Vincent Turner. How you doing this afternoon, Vincent?
Hey man, how we doing today? Clemson University in the house. Dabo Sweeney. This is a football player right here, man.
Oh, you're not kidding, Vincent. We got a great talent to talk about here. But before we get into it, guys, if you enjoyed the episode, give us a like, follow, share, and subscribe on our social media platforms, that being on Facebook and on YouTube. You can also check out our podcast, thanks to our friends at the Believe Podcast Network for helping us out. Available on all major podcast streaming platforms. Vincent, let's just dive right into this guy, Tyler Davis. As you can see on the screen, this is a large human being, 6'2", 300 pounds, and just an insane upper body. I'm curious to see what his bench press is going to be come the combine. He might be shattering records with how big those arms are and that chest is. But when you look at Tyler Davis, though, a guy who has been at Clemson for quite some time, someone that the players, the team, coaches, all of them respect. He was voted as a permanent team captain in 2022 and in 2023. So that commands a lot of respect right there. It was also a first-team All-ACC selection. He also became the first defensive player in Clemson history to be a four-time All-ACC selection. So that is just a credit to how well he's done. Looking at what he's done throughout his career, as I mentioned, he's been at Clemson since 2019. He was just had his senior year. I mean, he has had really good numbers for Clemson's teams who, like I said, when he started 2019, they were on top of the world. Then they've kind of went back and forth in recent seasons. But looking at what he's done, though, Vincent, he's put up really good numbers when he's on the field. He's gotten well over 10 sacks throughout his career. He had 5.5 in both his freshman year as well as in 2022. He's not afraid to get down and dirty. He's had 12 solo tackles this past season. 22 of those being assisted. All in all, had 34. But he's a guy, when I look at him, who's just going to clog up lanes. I mean, if you're trying to get through the run on this guy, good luck. He's got really good quick snap ability. You see the quarterback snap the ball. This guy is trying to get to the quarterback. Obviously, you see him on the screen. I mentioned he's probably going to break some records potentially due to his bench press. He's got great strength. That's no question about that. He's got pop. He's got power. He's hard to move, obviously. If you're an offensive lineman, good luck. You're going to be backpedaling more than likely. He's got really solid footwork. He's got a really great bull rush technique that he will use, and he will just push that offensive tackle back as far as they can go. Now, unfortunately, as we've mentioned with some players before, he might get docked, Vince. We know he's missed several games due to injury history. That could be something that teams might look at and maybe just pass on a little bit in terms of his draft stock. But like I said, he is a guy who is just working hard. Like I said, he's definitely a guy who, if you go to a team who needs help with the run defense, this is your guy. Point of attack stands out. He's just going to stuff that guy, not going to get him into the secondary. He will stuff him right there. He just is able to push offensive linemen pretty much around with that great power, as I mentioned, keeps his foot moving. And I think that overall, Tyler Davis is a guy who was well-loved at Clemson. Haven't heard anything bad about the young man. A lot of people respected him. It's going to be a guy in the locker room who's going to be missed overall at Clemson. But I think this young man has a bright upside in the NFL, and I think that he could be a force on the defensive line. Your thoughts on the young man coming out of Clemson?
Let me say this. Tyler Davis is, he's been one of the greatest defensive players that's ever came through Clemson. I know Dabo Sweeney is going to really miss this young man. What really sticks out to me, the guy, as you just mentioned, Mr. Landers, made all ACC 4 years in a row. 4 years in a row. Very experienced football player where he's had 52 career starts. Team captain, back-to-back. You know that's respect your team has got to have for you, Mr. Logan.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot.
Then I look at him, I think about when I was at Arkansas from 78 to 81. He reminds me of a young man that went to glory that played nose tackle, Richard Richardson, who was about 5'11", 265, played nose tackle. But Richard Richardson, they called him Donut. He just kept coming. And then he plays a lot. Tyler Davis plays a lot like Billy Ray Smith, who went on and became a first-round pick with the San Diego Chargers, now the LA Chargers. They moved Billy Ray Smith, the linebacker, but Billy Ray played on the D-line. Watching Richard Richardson and Billy Ray Smith, Tyler Davis put me in the mind of them. Then let's talk about, you mentioned Tyler Davis' strength. Midnight Star, Freakazoid. Rumors are that he can do 225 30 times. Whew. Rumors are he can squat 680. Rumors are he can front squat, Logan, 465. Rumors are he can power clean 350. Rumors are he can deadlift 655. And he runs a 4.9540 at 6'2", 300 pounds. Man, not only is he a physical specimen and he's elite Freakazoid level 2, but he's also disrespected by his team. And he's a guy, he's had some injuries, but if he stays healthy, going to the next level, I can see him being a Pro Bowl player the next 6 or 7 years. He is that good. And when you think about this, he never takes plays off. Look at his game film. He's got a high mortar game film. The penetration as a D tackle is excellent. See, it wasn't about Clemson struggling defensively this year. It was their offenses why Clemson didn't have the record they did. And over the last 2 years, they didn't get good quarterback play. But defensively, they had a national championship defense. And this gentleman was part of it. Then look at the production. I said he had 52 career starts. Look at this for a D tackle coming into the National Football League. 145 tackles, 30 tackles for loss, 16 sacks, Logan. Mm-hmm. That means the young man is being productive. And then when you look at it, Christian Wilkes, Dexter Lawrence, Chester McLaughlin, Michael Dean Perry, Jim Stuckey, Brinston Buckner, William the Refrigerator Perry, Shaq Lawson, William Devaney. All those gentlemen was very high-level football players, along with Jeff Bryant. This young man, Tyler Davis, I wouldn't be surprised when his career is done at the next level. If he can stay healthy, he's going to be the best defensive tackle that's came out of the University of Clemson. And Dabo Swinney is going to have a big smile on his face. Tyler Davis is that football player. He's like a soul man, Sam and Dave, coming out of Stack Records, Memphis, Tennessee. I love this football player because look at him, Logan. He's had the production. He's had the experience. He played at a big-time school. He's played at a school that's had defensive tackle tradition, and he produced. Back to you, Mr. Landers.
Yes, sir. My final thoughts on Tyler Davis. As we said, a guy who's well-respected in the locker room by his peers, and obviously a guy who, good luck trying to outwork him in the gym. Definition, Vincent, of a gym rat. You know, man, look, there's not going to be a whole lot of NFL players who've been in the league for multiple years that might be outworking this guy. I think this guy's got a bright future. As we mentioned, it's going to be probably an elite run stopper as long as he can maintain his health, which we all hope he does. And I expect big things out of Tyler Davis, big man coming out of Clemson. I'm looking forward to him, seeing where he goes in the 2024 NFL draft. Mr. Turner, your final thoughts.
When I think about Tyler Davis, it's that one kid or one individual that's in the neighborhood, right? Mm-hmm. And he's got that respect. He's built nice. He's strong as an ox. And everybody knows in the neighborhood, I bet not touch him or challenge him because you might have to bring it. It's going to be a long day at the office. Tyler Davis, soul man, Stack Records. Boy, I love him as a football player. The only thing that kept him from really being in the next level, he had some injuries at Clemson. But when it's all said and done, I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised he's going to be a Pro Bowl player at least 6-7 straight years at the D tackle position. And as you said, Mr. Landers, he's a workout freak. Nobody's going to outwork him in the gym. Back to you, Mr. Landers.
Yes, sir. Guys, if you've enjoyed this episode here today, be sure to give it a like, follow, share, and subscribe. We go live, as we said, each and every single week, and we are really going to be ramping up our NFL draft prospect content now with the Super Bowl wrapping up here in a couple of days. So expect a heavy dose of NFL draft prospect knowledge here on the channel each and every single week. 10 plus episodes is going to be a great time if you are a football fan. Be sure to hit subscribe button so you don't miss a single NFL draft prospect. For Mr. Football, Vincent Turner, I've been your host, producer, Logan Landers. Guys, enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to you again on another